The Toyota Tacoma is recognized as one of the automotive industry's most reliable vehicles. For years, it's been a true workhorse truck, providing consumers with good residual values and excellent dependability. Redesigned just last year for its third generation, the Tacoma sees a new TRD Pro model for 2017, which is a trim that's aimed at off-road enthusiasts. But let's go ahead and take a closer look and check out this 2017 Toyota Tacoma. Now, the Tacoma is easily one of the most recognized mid-size pickup trucks in the business, and in years past the Tacoma used to be a small compact pickup truck, and that was until 2005 when Toyota redesigned the Tacoma, and then they moved it up to the mid-size pickup truck class. Now, there's two cab models available on the Tacoma. There's the double cab like how we have here, and then there's the extended cab. You won't find the classic handyman regular cab anymore. They got rid of that in the 2015 model year. Now, our trim of the Tacoma we have here is the TRD off-road model. It comes with special, unique interior and exterior styling treatments. And then you also do have the new TRD Pro model, which offers a unique off-road suspension, and then you also do get different headlights and taillights and unique interior trim. Now, here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. It's your classic Toyota smart key. You have your lock, unlock, and then your panic alarm. I love this blazing blue pearl that they offer on the Tacoma here. It's really unique. You also do have smart key access on the driver's door and the front passenger door. And you will find a full-on black cloth interior. Manual driver's seat adjustments with manual recline. Alright, now stepping on inside of the Tacoma here, the step-in height is fairly high, but this is a truck here. But it's a little bit higher than some of its main rivals like the GMC Canyon and the Chevrolet Colorado. The interior design of the Tacoma is pretty stylish, and it's pretty modern looking too. Still has a very upright kind of design. And then you also do have this cloth on the dashboard, which gives it a unique look, I have to say. And when you step up to higher end trim levels like the limited trim, you can get some nice leather on the seats. You can go for brown leather, which is nice. You have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 3.5 liter V6. You have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, we have a 6-speed automatic transmission, nothing too out of the ordinary here. And you have a very traditional kind of shifter. You have manual shiftability also, but no paddle shifters. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines. And then you also do have your parking brake. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the headlights. You also do have fogs and the hazards. Driver's window and the front passenger window are fully automatic. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot detection. Now, the Tacoma is one of the more off-road oriented trucks in the mid-size pickup class, and they definitely have more off-road oriented models compared to like the Chevrolet Colorado, GMC Canyon, and the Nissan Frontier. I really do love these alloy wheels we get here. Now, when you also go for the TRD off-road model, you do get special shocks, and then you get a locking rear differential. However, our Tacoma we have here isn't a 4-wheel drive model. It's actually 4x2, and that kind of defeats the purpose. You have halogen projector beam headlights and LED daytime running lights, and you also do have halogen fogs. Powering the Tacoma here is a 3.5 liter V6 Atkinson cycle with dual variable valve timing. Now, Toyota actually revised this V6 when they redesigned it just last year. It produces 278 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 265 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM, with EPA estimates being a pretty healthy 19 in the city and 24 on the highway. Tacoma actually earns decent fuel efficiency numbers here. However, there's no diesel engine available on the Tacoma. If you want a diesel engine out of a mid-size pickup truck, you'll have to go with General Motors pickup trucks, the GMC Canyon or the Chevrolet Colorado. And this V6 is not the only powertrain that you can get on the Tacoma, however. You can also go for a smaller 4-cylinder engine if you would like. Now, I recommend avoiding the 4-cylinder engine as it feels gutless and it doesn't earn really good fuel efficiency numbers. In fact, it earns pretty much the same fuel efficiency numbers as this V6 engine here. The V6 in the Tacoma is certainly worth the upgrade. Trims of the Tacoma start at the SR model, then you have the SR5, and then the TRD models, as well as the top-of-the-line limited trim. Now, competitors of the Tacoma, you're looking at vehicles in the mid-size pickup truck class. There's not that many competitors in this class. You have the Nissan Frontier and then the GM twins, which are the GMC Canyon and the Chevrolet Colorado. Total vehicle price for this particular Tacoma is $35,715. EPA estimates, like I said, 19 city, 24 highway, and then here goes the government 5-star safety ratings. And then the final assembly point of this vehicle is actually in Baja California, Mexico. You have a shark fin antenna on top. No LED brake lights or LED turn signals here. You have all of your basic power necessities, power windows, door locks, and your power mirrors, chrome interior door handles, and a cloth wrapped armrest. Now, interior quality is competitive in the mid-size pickup truck class for the Tacoma. I think the General Motors twins have slightly better materials, but it's certainly on par with the rest of the class. Everything feels pretty sturdy inside of here. Nothing feels like it's about to creak or fall apart. Everything feels well put together. The materials can be a little bit better, but if you ask a lot of pickup truck owners, many pickup truck owners want hard touch plastics inside of their pickups. Now, here goes the steering wheel design for the vehicle. Steering wheel design is pretty nice. You have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, your Bluetooth phone controls, and your voice recognition. And then you have your controls for the driver information display, which I will get to in just a second. And then we also do have your cruise control here, up here, auto dimming rearview mirror with the integrated compass, sunglass container, traction control off, your rear differential locking, map lights, and then your sunroof with your sunroof controls. And then you also do have this very unique feature that no other vehicle in the automotive industry offers, is this Gopro Mount, which is pretty cool. I love that about the Tacoma. Then right here you also do have your button for your 120 volt outlet, and then you have your button for the rear glass window. Now, the Tacoma has some safety technologies, but it's lacking a little bit when it comes to safety technologies. Don't expect to find adaptive cruise control in this vehicle or even forward collision alert. Coming right here, this is your blind spot detection button, or your blind spot monitor. Then you have your power mode, your parking sensors, and then your USB port with your iPod integration and your auxiliary input. And then your Qi wireless charging system. That's another unique feature that the Tacoma offers. You also do have your 12-volt power outlet. Coming to your AC controls, we do have automatic climate control, and you do have dual zone. Temperatures are right here for the driver, and then you have the passenger temperature too. Then your fan speeds, front window defroster, and then your fan off button. Easy as that. You also do have your heated seats, 3-staged for the driver and the front passenger too. Coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster here, I really do love the instrument cluster. On the left you do have your tachometer, and then your coolant temperature, and on the right you have your fuel gauge as well as your speedometer. In the center, that's your driver information display. Shows you pretty basic vehicle information. You have your digital speedometer and your distance till empty. Then you also do have your average fuel economy for your trip distance, all that good stuff. Then you have your turn-by-turn directions for your navigation. Your audio, you can change your audio source from here. It also shows you what song is playing. Then you have your tire pressure monitoring. Then it gives you your roll and your pitch. And then you also do have any warning messages for the system, and then your settings. You could change the language, units, drive info. And then you also do have the accent color. And then you also do have a speed limit warning too. Pretty cool. Love this little driver information display. Pretty nifty. Our Tacoma also features a JBL premium audio sound system, which is also available on the limited trim for the Tacoma. Now let's get to the head unit and the main infotainment system. Now this is the Toyota Entune system. We've seen it many times here before. This is the home screen, and you can configure the home screen however you would like. You could show the phone, the audio, or the navigation system. Coming to your different audio sources, we do have all of the norm here: AM, FM, XM series, satellite radio, your CD player, and then your USB port with iPod integration, Bluetooth, streaming audio, and your auxiliary input. I also really do love the responsiveness of this touchscreen, and it's pretty user-friendly. The graphics are also pretty nice too. Coming to apps, you have your navigation. However, you have to have your SD card inserted. You also do have your eco. Shows you all of your trip information like the range, elapsed time, and then your average speed. You have your setup. There's many different settings that you could change here, from the Bluetooth, phone, audio, navigation, display, voice. Then you have your traffic. However, you have to have that SD card inserted. Then weather. You can check the weather, the current weather, and then view your weather map too. Gives you a 5-day forecast. Then you have your messages. However, you have to have your phone connected to the Bluetooth system. And then maintenance too. But of course you have to have your SD card inserted on that. But let's go ahead and test out the voice recognition on the Tacoma.
How may I help you?
Tune to 103.5 FM.
Tuning to 103.5 FM.
It's pretty good at recognizing your voice, and it doesn't take that long to pick it up. As far as the way the Tacoma drives, it's a very traditional kind of truck in the way it drives, and that's what many people like. The ride is a little jiggly. It's not as civilized as some of its competitors. The Honda Ridgeline offers a much smoother ride, and it's much more quiet. However, the Honda Ridgeline is not a body-on-frame like how the Tacoma is. But it's certainly quiet compared to in years past of the Tacoma, and the handling is okay. It's a little numb, but it's much better in years past. But if you're looking for the smoothest ride quality and the most civilized truck in the midsize pickup truck class, I suggest checking out the Honda Ridgeline. The Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon are also notably better in the way they drive versus the Tacoma. However, the Tacoma is more of an off-road oriented truck, and it's more of a traditional type of truck, and it's more rugged than those other trucks. So if you're looking for that rugged kind of nature, then the Tacoma should certainly satisfy. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the Tacoma. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Interior quality does follow through in the rear. It's still wrapped in cloth on the armrest. However, it's hard touch on the upper door panel right there. Now, if you're looking for the roomiest interior in the midsize pickup truck class, go with the Honda Ridgeline. Now, the Tacoma offers an okay amount of room. There's an okay amount of leg room. Headroom is a little bit tight, but it's not too bad. You have a single map pocket back here and dual cup holders. No rear center armrest, however. And the headrests are also adjustable back here. Alrighty. Now, what I miss about General Motors trucks is that they have these little integrated side steps that make it easier to get in and out of the cargo bed. But it's not a huge deal. You also do have a dampened tailgate. Then this is where you'll find your house outlet too, as you can see. Full manual passenger seat, glove box compartment. So the 2017 Toyota Tacoma is one of the best mid-size pickup trucks you could buy, especially if you're looking for an off-road oriented one. It's also really reliable, and it provides good residual values, and it has plenty of technology to offer. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.